I'm recording this because I love this topic. I think this speech will be very interesting. Okay, I'll take a few questions at the end before I have to run away because I have the next meeting at BASF. Asia is confusing for the most Europeans, Western world, because yes and no doesn't mean anything. When I was 16, growing up in Canada, my parents, as Asian immigrants, they gave Asian answers. I was 16, I wanted to go to a cool party on Friday. Dad, party on Friday, can I go? Now, when a boy at 16 asks this in English or German, you want a yes or a no. And because when you're 16 and you know which girls are there, you want a yes. Now, yes or no in our mentality, German and English, most of the Western world is binary. Binary means there's only two possibilities. You're either male or female. You're either alive or dead. There's no in between. What answer did I get from my dad? And it pissed me off. Oh, yeah. Yeah, what? Does it mean yes, I can go? When? Friday? Yeah, Friday. Dad, party. Can I go? Friday, yeah. Can I go, Dad? It's a cool party. I'm waiting for an answer. Yeah, we can talk about it. Coming from my dad, and even then I needed an hour to interpret it. Did that mean no, or we'll talk about it later when he wants to listen? So it's very confusing. Now, where do we learn our knowledge? The way we behave, our mentality, it comes from different sources, from mom and dad, grandma, grandpa, our teachers at school, but in large part also from society. So if you're German, colleagues leaving the company, moving to another country, delegated to England, okay, it was nice working with you. Man sieht sich immer zweimal im Leben. Okay, people, we always meet 2 times in life. Where do we learn that? Not in school. So where did you learn that? You don't know. You can't remember. It came from society. Understand? Gebrüder Grimm, all these children's stories and Märchen, they do teach us when we're 5, 6 years old early lessons in how to make decisions. And once we're sitting in the meeting room trying to negotiate prices and conditions, it will affect us. Okay? Now from the Asian side, they have a whole set of rules that are different from our set of rules. This is why so much stuff gets lost in translation. A lot of this comes from Sun Tzu Bing Fa. Sun Tzu Bing Fa is a book written 500 BC. It's about 2,500 years old. Older than Shakespeare, 400 years. Older than Goethe, okay? And it was written by a Chinese general, and the literal translation, Sun Tzu Bing Fa, is Master Sun's military methods. It was a book of military strategies. I can see from your actions, people haven't heard of it. If you ever have to go to Asia on business, Google it, okay? Just get the basics. This book was used by George Washington, Napoleon, Winston Churchill and the British forces for the Second World War. It shaped this world we're sitting in right now. And these military strategies have been applied across Asia, but especially in the 3 big powers of China, South Korea, and Japan, as the way they negotiate their conditions. Follow me? This is their set of Grundregeln. Now, I'll give an example. One of their basic rules is hide your knife. In English, they translate it normally as hide your dagger. Dagger is your Kampfmesser, your fighting knife. Hide your knife behind your smile. That's one of their basic rules. Now, what does this mean? When a German goes on a business trip to Asia, he is answering the questions in the Western way. Oh, first time in China? Yeah. Oh, you like it, China? Yeah. Oh, we're happy you're here in China. When do you go home? Danger. When do you go home? The German guy, the Western world guy, he's asking me a question, I'll tell him the truth. I fly home to Germany Friday. Big mistake. Now the other guy knows your weak point. He's going to take you drinking Tuesday night, Wednesday night, big dinner on Thursday night, and after that you're looking at the contract trying to negotiate, the end deal when you can't think straight. Understand? So, if you end up in China, your business partner says, oh, when do you go home? Don't tell him. Say, I don't know, I have to ask my boss, he's going to book my flight. It takes away their weapon, because they hide the knife behind their back. Okay? One other example comes from one of the Chinese fairy tales, the children's story, Märchen. In the Warring States period, before China became one united country, just like Germany, before it became united, it was several different kingdoms. the king of Wei, gave one of his most beautiful girls to the king of Chu as a present to be his concubine, his girlfriend. So the king accepted her into the kingdom. His official wife, the queen, gave her a nice room, nice clothes, presents, was kind to her, and the king was happy. Oh, I have a good wife. She accepts the new girlfriend, the concubine. Then in private, the concubine thanked the queen. Oh, thank you, you give me everything. You're so kind to me. And the queen said, of course, now you belong to our kingdom. Whatever makes the king happy, this is good for all of us. But there's one point. The king, he finds you very beautiful, but he doesn't like your nose. Maybe when you're in the room, cover so he doesn't have to see it. So every time this girl came into the room, this beautiful young girl, she did this. The king was wondering, what's up? Why is she doing this? And later in private asked his wife, the queen, why does that one new girl always cover her nose? Oh, well, somebody heard her say she doesn't like the way His Majesty, the king, smells. So he got angry, he cut off her nose and she was ugly and locked her up in a room for the rest of her life, okay? That's how they do business. One of the rules. They keep their options open. They won't say yes until they have to. And sometimes yes, it depends on the context how they say it. They want to keep the options open. They want to read you first because the Chinese word negotiation has two characters. It means, one of them is to judge, beurteilen. So they want to know, do you have kids? The European would ask, why does he care if I have kids? Because they want to build a long-term relationship with you. They want to know if you can take on responsibility. Are you a stable guy? Are you a family man? That represents the character type that they want to deal with. Okay? They have other basic principles like make noise in the east, attack in the west. So you're negotiating, trying to get a better unit price instead of 500, whatever it is for poster, you want 450. And then they present you 8 other new models in 10 different colors. Understand? They'll change the topic so later they can say, oh, well, you asked about the tables, we presented the whole new palette of tables, but they made noise in the east to attack in the west. Ablenkung. Okay? Another example of the way they take one of their basic general rules they follow is try to bring the king out of his castle. They'll make you feel comfortable. I don't know how they'll do it, but they'll set up a nice few days and give you a tour and take you out to dinner, and they'll get you tired and they'll get you drunk, and they'll just be watching you for how long? 2 days, 3 days, 5 days to see how you react. And when it looks like you're at your most comfortable, bam! Suddenly you're agreeing to their terms. Understand? So there's a lot of psychology involved in these basic principles, but it comes from the 2,500-year-old book of strategies. Okay. Maybe last 1 or 2 minutes because I gotta run back to work myself. Any questions, guys? No, nobody? Nobody? Is there another language in the room? Yes, please. Slovenian. Slovenian. Not Slovakian, Slovenian. Now that's difficult because in your language, in the Slovenian language, you call Slovenian Slovenska. From Slovakia, half of the former Czechoslovakia, now Czech Republic Slovakia, in their language of Slovakia, they also call their own language Slovenska. You didn't know that, but I know you're going to Google it in a few minutes. Oj, jak si masz, mówisz troszkę Slovenska, a dúfam, že mě budete rozumieć. Now, that was the other language, not yours. They would understand that in Bratislava, Slovakia, because I did television in the country. That's as close as I get, bro. All right. Last question. And then I'm going to get one huge American-style applause. Going in 5 seconds, last question. 4, last chance. 3. Thank you very much. You guys were awesome. That was a good presentation.